Leach, class of 26, lineman.
Thank you guys for having us. George Davis and Albert Rosen here.
Caleb Fischer, class of 26, safety running back.
Coach, last year you were a run-heavy offense. Is that a similar game plan this year, or can we expect to see something a little different?
Well, much like defense, you got to stop people from scoring. If you're going to play in November, especially when it gets colder, you have bad weather, you better be able to run the ball. And that's been an identity that we've had at Freeman High School. And even when George Lamb was there, we want to run the ball and we want to make sure we set the tone. And so by doing that, what we'll do is coming to this year, it's going to open up some things for us. We still have that mindset of we're going to grind it out. We're going to beat you up a little bit if we can, but we're going to also open it up. We got George Davis coming back to quarterback, having a second year now, being able to see some things, RPOs type stuff. We're going to be able to adjust to what a defense is giving us. But when it comes down to the end of the day, is we want to be able to run the ball.
Grind it out and beat you up sounds like an appropriate description of Douglas Freeman football over these last few years. Matt, question for all the players up there. What defines Freeman football for y'all from a cultural standpoint and stylistically in terms of what Coach Simonds has instilled here?
At Freeman, everyone, we try to do things the right way. In conditioning, we're staying off the line, we're cleaning up the weight room, locker rooms clean, stuff like that. Kind of these little things that we know really add up and help us win games in the fall. And I know it's something that all of us, especially seniors, have really bought into over the last 4 years.
Like George said, the little things, but I would like to talk about the brotherhood. We were always there for each other. We're always have each other's backs no matter what. We will fight for that, fight for our players, and they're like my brothers and family.
Yeah, I'd say going off both of that, we do emphasize little things throughout the whole practice. We can just echo that the whole team. I think that makes a huge deal. And then with the brotherhood, we're all friends off the field. These are some of my best friends off the field, even before we started playing football together. So I think we have such a good chemistry together. Helps us a lot on the field.
Yeah, I think that's what separates us, because we might not be the most athletic, fastest, and biggest, but we're able to win games because we go out there, we play as a team, and that's a huge shout out to our coaching staff. I think that's the biggest part of our team. We're able to, kind of grind and win games, and we're able to work together as a team as efficiently as possible. And I think that's what separates us from the competition that we play.
Yeah, it's just the physicality of everyone on the team. It's just we're going to grind it out, and the second you give up, we're going to get on you. Just keep going.
Kyle, we haven't had many special teamers to talk to this day. Talk about your game and the off season you've had. I've seen a lot of stuff on social media of you kicking. Talk about that.
Yes, sir. Obviously I'm trying to improve my own craft, but as of now, we're just focused on going into the season, trying to, make myself as best I can for the team. Obviously as a special teamer, you can't contribute as much as some other people like the quarterback or some linemen or running backs, but I'm going to do as much as I can. When coach puts me in a situation, I'm going to know that I can be able to, do my best and get the job done, whatever that job is. But I think really it's just doing my best for the team and being there when the team needs me.
Yeah, I'm going to echo on some of those things. One of the nice things about the game that we have, and sometimes you might even say we might be kicker you. We've had a couple guys come through our program who are pretty darn good kickers, and Kyle definitely ranks in the top echelon of those type of guys. When you can put your defense at the start of a drive where the offense has to start on their own 20 every single time, it sure does put a great onus on the defensive coordinator and the defense that knows that, hey, we've got guys backed up already. And there's not too many offensive coordinators that can call a play and say, hey, let's just get to the 35-yard line and then we can probably come away with 3. There's not too many coaches that can say that, and I know we are.
Coach Simonds, kind of the same question that Danny has asked a few times today, but what defines this group for you relative to maybe teams that you've had in the past? Y'all have had a super successful program over recent years. What makes this team unique?
It's what was said earlier by a couple of guys. There's a cohesion, there's a bond that a lot of these guys have had. My son is in the same grade as them, and when he came, when we moved down here, we got in here, there was an automatic connection where these guys just had this fight for each other. And it's been that way ever since I've been at this school. And so that is something that I'm looking at right now, is the ownership that these guys are taking for their teammates. They always say that the best teams are teams that can go really far, not coach-led teams, but are player-led teams. And when these guys can come into a huddle and talk and everybody listens and everybody reacts to it, you can go a long way with that. You know, just a little bit of guidance from us to make sure they understand that I want these to be better men, you know, great husbands, great fathers in life. That's where I come in, but the ownership on the field and what they do, when they can take ownership for that and they can take that role, we can do some good things.
You guys all set? All right. Thank you, Douglas Freeman.